Hi guys, so Florida is shaking tonight. Hundreds of hardworking men and women walked into their jobs only to be told today is your last day. Factories are shutting down, families are in tears, and the American dream in Florida is collapsing right before our eyes. Let's talk about this. This is Tiana, and you are watching Tiana's React.
I don't know what to do. I lost my job. That's the first time I've ever been fired. I don't know what to do now. I was in charge of my department. Like, they couldn't keep me, at least. We had 2 functions in my department. The first one was handing out golden condoms to leprechauns. And we chased those little shits. I mean, we chased them. But you couldn't catch them. But we weren't done. We weren't done till we caught them. So that's left on my desk. And the other one was to measure how loud a cricket farts.
Well, second time in a year, almost a year to the day, I got laid off again. Twice in a year. And what the fuck? What is anyone supposed to do? And they said, because of the economy is crap right now. So, we're gonna lay off a whole bunch of people again. And I already was struggling so hard, actually low-key, to even keep the current roof over my head. And now I have no idea how I'm even going to get through the next few hours. I just don't understand. But yeah, the economy is shit. America is shit right now. I feel like there's a really big plan for them to, tank this so that we have to rely on other things, other people. It's fucking shit. And I'm quite frankly tired of it. I'm tired of my livelihood being in other people's hands. And I have no idea how to fix that. But I'm going to, because this is just wild. And I'm fucking angry more than I am hurt or sad. I'm scared. I have no idea where any of my bills are gonna come from. The money. I'm more angry than anything because I just cannot even believe I used to be able to get a job like the week later if I got laid off. So I have no idea what's gonna happen. And I was really hoping at one point I would make money on TikTok, and I still only have 1,500 followers or whatever. So if you could just blow this up and let's get 10,000 followers plus whatever. Because I might be homeless in a week or 2 if I can't figure it out. So, yeah, I hope everyone is having a great Tuesday, a way better Tuesday than me. And, if you have any tips, tricks, or whatever to help right now and get me through this, greatly appreciated. Yeah.
Florida has decided to cut government jobs. The Florida House GOP wants to cut 7,000 state employee jobs. One of the positions they cut was mine. My position was working for the state to help disabled veterans get jobs. But the House Republicans deem that as kind of wasteful spending. It's just another example of them showing us how much they care, right?
100 workers will be affected by this plant closure, but the West Rock companies released a statement just today saying that it will be shutting down the Tacoma paper mill. Now, the company says that it will be ceasing all operations by September 30th of this year. The company blames high operating costs and a need for capital investment as the main reasons for the plant closure. According to West Rock, the mill produces around 510,000 tons annually, of Kraft and white top liner products. Production of those products will now move to the company's other mills. WestRock was in the news last December after the state's Department of Ecology fined the company $52,500 for failing to adequately treat hazardous air pollutants at the Tacoma mill. Now, WestRock says employees will receive severance and outplacement assistance. However, by September 30th, all operations at WestRock's Tacoma paper mill will be shut down. That is the story for now. For right now, we are live in Tacoma. Lionel Donovan, King 5 News.
Unemployed in Point St. Lucie for a long time. Living in Point St. Lucie made me realize how hard it is to find a real job. You can call around, reach around, talk to the manager. It's hard up here for real. It's like, it's not even very stable. The economy of finding a job up here is bad. It takes a long time, a long period of time. Sometimes you wish it don't take a month to find a job. I wish you can get a job like the next week. It's very hard to find a job up here. And a lot of people on the comments gave me like selections to find jobs up here. But it's very, very hard. And I've been unemployed almost for 3 months now. I'm almost going to 4. It's very hard. You can call around. They all saying they're not hiring until November, into spring season. And it's just like, oh my God, bro. You are trying to find a good job or stable job. And every single job, bro, I ever worked was like fast food. And sometimes it don't work out for me. It goes bad because the manager are not really good managers. They are very bad at what they're doing. It's just like, oh my God. You wish shit was different. You come up here, try to get some followers so you can get paid or monetized. It's hard to even get 10K followers on here. It's like I post every day. I show who I am. It's just like, that's how life really is though. But I've been trying every day to connect with new people. Trying to talk to new people. It's just like, oh my God. Sometimes, yeah, it's very hard. For real, for real. But you know, I try regardless of what I do. I never give up.
If you're in South Florida and are looking for a job and you would be interested in working with me, please listen to this or share it with someone who you know might be interested. My name is Mel. I'm the founder of Steamy Lit, a romance literary collective, and I am looking for an assistant. The assistant is going to be helping me and our store manager. A lot of it is admin work. I really need someone who is very, very organized and can manage my emails and my calendar. I get about 200 emails a day, a lot with requests for different things. This person will also be helping us fulfill orders and manage inventory. Some travel might be required. It is an in-person job for the most part, located in Deerfield Beach, Florida, and you must be okay working with dogs in your workspace because I have 3 dogs and they're very much part of our day-to-day. So if you're interested, please email hello@steamylit.com. Bye.
Imagine being a nurse in Florida and having to ask for permission to quit. That's where we are now. See, Florida's Choice Act just didn't sneak in. It slid through without DeSantis even signing it. It's one of the most extreme non-compete laws in the country. We're talking 4 years where certain workers, especially high earners, can't leave to work for a competitor. That includes a whole bunch of healthcare workers, tech folk, finance, and even executive level folks at nonprofits. And if your job decides to sue you, you can't even work somewhere else while the case is in court. So you're stuck with no income, just waiting. So y'all, we gotta call it what it is. It's a trap. This ain't about protecting opportunity. This is about rich donors like Ken Griffin helping to write laws to keep you stuck in a place while they continue to make money. See, Florida keeps selling out working people to corporations. First it was housing, then it was education. Now it's your freedom to leave a job. And folks wonder why healthcare workers and teachers are leaving red states. So if you ever wanted to know what economic control looks like, it looks just like this.
So I was fired today, and wanted to come on because I feel like, number one, this happens to a lot of people, and I was really blindsided by it. The reason I wanted to come on, number one, is because I feel like this happens to a lot of people, and it's like shocking and a lot to process. You know, you work for a company with people for a long time, and then to like just get a Zoom, or like, this was like a random meeting put on my calendar, and it only showed like my manager on it. I didn't know like the HR person was gonna be on too, and then they just like said it very kind of coldly and then they just read out like the severance stuff and just said like, you know, it's your last day, effective immediately, and then just like log off, and you're just kind of like, what is happening? And I think the problem for me is, so they said it was because of a conflict of interest, and essentially at the start of the year, my husband, who worked at the same company as me at the time, he quit because he didn't, you know, he wanted to pursue other things. And at the time, I remember them being really pissed about it because my husband is really good at his job. He's really good at sales, and they just kind of lost this really great salesperson. So they were blindsided by him leaving. And then one day randomly, my manager called me. It was like, you know, how's it going? You know, normal conversation. And then he goes on to, like, completely blindsides me, and he's like, so where's Tanner going? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, he's just figuring out what he wants to do. We have a couple of rental properties, and I was like, he's gonna work on like managing them, and yeah, like, I don't know, that was like it. I just said doesn't know what he wants to do yet. He just wants to change like what he's doing. And then he's like, well, you know, if he ever works at one of our competitors, then that's good, and you guys live in the same household, that's gonna be a real problem. And I'm like, okay. It was just a really uncomfortable situation, and I felt like my job was being threatened at the time. So I get off the call, tell Tanner about it, and he's like, what the fuck? He didn't have, you know, the balls to ask me directly about what I'm doing. Like, no questions about it to him when they had a conversation on the phone. But he'll go to my wife and try to get information out of her. So that just set him off. So we reported that to HR, had a conversation about it, and yeah, I mean, it was fine, moved on. I like reviewed the handbook and everything, and it didn't say anything about like, you know, family or spouse working at another company. So flash forward to like April, May, and Tanner came out on LinkedIn and said he's working at this adjacent company now, and I'm guessing that's what set them off, because I got let go because of a conflict of interest. And it's because my husband works at a competitor company. My husband, not even me. And I'm just trying to process this. So like, I went back to the handbook, and they added that your family cannot work at a competitor. Your family cannot work at a competitor. What?
If you lost your job or were laid off and you're unemployed, this message is for you. I am a firm believer when things like this happen, this is God pushing you into greatness. Because if it wasn't for him snatching that job away from you, you would not do the thing that you are destined to do. It's not until he has to pull the rug that you start figuring out A, B, C, D, E, F, and G on, and you start being creative and pushing yourself into what he really wants you to do. It's not until he pulled the job that you will start the business, that you will start the clothing line, that you will write the book. It's like things that you already know that you really had on your heart to do, and the job was really just standing in the way. And so I'm telling you, If you just ride this season out and you do what God needs you to do, you will make it to the other side. And when you get on the other side, you're going to come out on the other side with a brand new business. The book is going to be finished because these are the things that God allowed you to be able to do when the job was taken away from you. And sometimes things like this just have to happen in order for greatness to come out. Because truth be told, a lot of times we sitting on our gifts. We're sitting in these jobs that we don't even want to be in. You don't want to work the job. You're praying to God, telling God, look, there's more in me. I know that you created me to do better. But you're sitting on your gift. And so God has to say, okay, let me take this job away from you so that you can really do what you want to do and what I purposed you to do. So use this season to do what it is that you've been talking to God about. Because this job loss, it really is a blessing in disguise, and everything is going to work out for the good.
I usually post this on my second account, but I feel like I have to post this on my main account because trying to get a job in Central Florida, I think it might honestly be harder than climbing Mount Everest. Even just like a basic starting job, like at a restaurant or something, it's hard as hell. I mean, I literally had to move to Pennsylvania over the summertime to get a consistent job. Pennsylvania. Come on, I live in Oviedo, alright? There was a shitload of places that say they're hiring. I applied, not a single fucking response back. I feel like you have to know the fucking owner of these places to just get a job. Like, respectfully, it's hard, it's difficult. Like, I just need something. Just, like, why? Like, I'm at the point where I'm ready to just move to Pennsylvania full time just so I can have work. Because is anybody actually hiring? Like, is anybody? Please.
The Denver, Colorado government is now laying off employees to pay for migrant housing.
The city of Denver does not want headlines that it's laying off employees in order to pay for the migrant crisis. But the city is telling hourly employees that they may have their hours reduced to zero. Just don't call them layoffs.
We will have folks that are hourly workers that will have fewer hours. I don't want to hide the fact that this matters a lot to those people that are on the front lines.
Everyone from front desk workers to coaches to lifeguards, the department has been told to cut $4.3 million to help the city pay for the migrant crisis.
The Denver, Colorado government has decided to reduce hourly employees' hours to zero to pay for migrant housing. They currently have cut $4.3 million of hourly employees' wages to be able to fund the migrants. This decision from the Colorado government to lay off employees has garnered backlash. Commenters claim that Denver is a lost cause and that this is a bad decision. But what do you think about this? Do you agree with the commenters? Comment your opinion down below.
I just got let go from my job as part of organizational shifts and return to office. As you guys know, I have been a remote employee for the past 5 years, really since the beginning of the pandemic. And I'm crying not because I'm sad that I got let go. Obviously, the instability of losing an income always sucks. What sucks most about being let go is somebody taking control out of your hands. I always preach internally and here at home that we have got to be the people in the driving seat of our futures, of our careers. And when a company takes that control out of your hands, it sucks because all of a sudden the plan that you had, the roadmap that you were on board for is gone. Now you've got to start over. And this is why you've always got to have a plan B, a plan C, and most importantly, an emergency fund. I am incredibly upset and frustrated. There have been several shifts in the company in this last couple of months that I just knew the writing was on the wall and I knew my time was coming. But the fact that we have an emergency fund, because ultimately that is what matters at the end of the day, is that we have money to pay our mortgage, to pay for our daycare. We have that as a fallback, and I can take time, maybe a week, to just collect my thoughts and put together a strategy for job hunting. Always be prepared for the unexpected, because ultimately companies will always put themselves first. And as much as you want to believe that you're part of the family, you like the people you work with, it's a business transaction. It's a business contract, and you've got to handle it as such. But please know that you are more than your job. You are more than what you do. Have a plan, have an emergency fund. Do not spend more than you need to. Live below your means. We are in strange times. That isn't beside me losing the job, just general messaging. Protect yourselves, treat yourself as a business, and always be looking for better opportunities because companies would do the same, and they are.
When jobs vanish, hope vanishes too. These are not just numbers on pages. These are fathers, mothers, and children facing an uncertain tomorrow. Florida workers deserve better. They truly deserve better. Americans deserve better. Stay tuned. This is Tiana's Reacts, and I'll keep exposing the truth they don't want you to see. Till then, stay good, stay blessed.